Aha! There you are. Nice to see you. And nice that some of you even put underwear on, which is always rewarding. Thanks for joining me today. This is the first live presentation of issue 2 of Rock Candy magazine, which is being launched today. And I am Johnny, and I am part of the launch pad, possibly a pad. Anyway, so my job today is to tell you how brilliant the magazine is. Now, I don't know if you know much about Rock Candy magazine, what's happened, but basically it's created by the people who used to write for Kerrang back in the glory days in the 80s. So we've got Derek Oliver, we have got Xavier Russell, we've got Malcolm Dome, many more, and it's all edited by our good friend and colleague Howard Johnson, HoJo, to those who stayed in his motels in America. Now, the brilliant thing about all of this is it isn't just a regular magazine. It's not about now, because we all know now is rubbish. Back then, everything was much better. So what we're doing is celebrating the rock we all love, and we're going back in time. We're digging deep cuts from some obscure bands, doing really mainstream stuff as well. It's just a fantastic mix. And if you haven't had issue 1's still available. It's still brilliant, as Joe Elliott on the cover. But issue 2 is out today, and you can buy it direct from us at the website. So this is what it looks like. Get ready. Whoa! Look at that. Isn't that brilliant? See, the thing is, what we don't want to be all dark and grey and sombre. What we're trying to do here is something colourful and really celebratory. Centre Story, Maiden in Poland, 1984. Which our good friend Howard was on tour with Maiden at the time, and Behind the Iron Curtain. So that's Iron Maiden, Behind the Iron Curtain. Do you see what I did there? And yeah, so this is issue 2. Available from our website, rockcandymag.com, and along with lots of other goodies that you can find there. Now, the thing is, all of this is independently produced. We're not like part of some massive corporate publishing company with massive coffers. We're just like passionate guys who just really want to celebrate rock and roll. So, you know, the fact we've got this out in the market for $5.99 if you subscribe, $6.99 if you just want to buy a one-off one, is a tremendous achievement. And it's a really great venture worth supporting because, you know, like, there's so much corporate nonsense around. We're not part of all that. We're really, really independent. So, what is in this fabulous slab of rock and roll? Well, there are articles, as I say, about Maiden in Poland, which is just like, seems like a whole, 33 years ago, just a different world going behind the Iron Curtain. But there's also stories about Angel. There's 8 pages on Angel. Where else are you going to get 8 pages on Angel? And there is features on the Moscow Peace Festival, which I wrote a piece on that, and it's a quite extraordinary event, the Moscow Peace Festival in 1989, where the biggest bands virtually on the planet were all flown out to play in Moscow. There was not a lot of peace, quite a lot of drinking, and some alleged snorting of cocaine through $100 bills. We've all done it. No, we haven't. No, there's no evidence, and I'm denying all of that. So, there's that. There's a major feature on that. What else do we have? Foreigner. Really great piece on Foreigner. Brilliant interview with Pete Way from UFO, talking about all the classic UFO albums. And all those ones from the 70s, and also talking about all these fellow bandmates as well. Just brilliant. Who doesn't love Pete Way? The finest bass player ever to wear chef's trousers on a stage. And there are other articles on Saga. Remember Saga? And, oh yes, so the one I was particularly interested in is John Sykes talking about recording with Whitesnake and all of the shenanigans that went on with that. And, you know, and what he feels about David Coverdale now. From the, that 1987 album and all the fuss that went around that. So that's a really fascinating thing too. And yeah, I mean, the whole thing about this is it's written by people with not an ounce of cynicism about the music. We love it. We just love it, and we want to celebrate it. Because if we can't celebrate it, now we're all in our 50s, everything's starting to drop off. You're just walking along the street one day, you hear a big clang, and there's another big bit of you has fallen off. So we really want to just revisit our youth and really celebrate what we love. And what we love is rock and roll. Now that is issue 1. If you didn't see issue 1, if you didn't catch it, then that is the glory. That is issue 1, which was also full of incredibly interesting pieces. All sorts of classic records reappraised and just all tremendous stuff. Now, when you come to the website and you want to buy it, that's great, but there's also extra content on the website, loads and loads of extra content, bits that couldn't make it into the magazine, bits that were edited out at the last minute, all sorts of little bits and features. There's also a tremendous rogues gallery where you can see what we used to look like back in the day, which is essentially a complete horror show of hair. And you can see pictures of me back when I looked like a roadie for Allman Brothers, as opposed to a rather dishevelled, hairy man that I am now. And so there's all sorts of things. I mean, you know, get on board with it all. That's what I would say. And that's what's brilliant about the whole magazine. It's not something which is covered by hardly anybody else. We're not doing anything about new bands at all. You know, because as I say, the past, man, the future's in the past, as Sammy Hagar once said. I don't know why. I don't necessarily take Sammy as one of life's great philosophers, but on that he's definitely right. So, you know, get to the website, rockcandymag.com, and order your own copy, order a copy for friends, and make them remember just what the glory days of rock and roll were like when it was acceptable to wear vivid spandex. I'm wearing vivid spandex at the moment, but it is illegal for me to show you. When you get your first copy, if you haven't had the first issue, please get the first issue as well, or subscribe for a whole year. You'll get 6 in a year, so it's bi-monthly. Which always sounds sexy, doesn't it, bi-monthly? And so, yeah, there are lots and lots of content. I mean, it's 100 pages, loads of content, but there isn't any ads in it at all. There's no adverts in it. It's just solid meat. And we all like a good bit of solid meat, don't we? Well, especially our age. Now, you know, all I would say, well, I'm going to do one of these again later on, all I would say in conclusion is, you know, rock and roll, man. You know, it's our beating hearts. It really is. Now, you see me every morning holding up records, talking about records. I'm the guy that's on Facebook interacting with you and giving you chart positions and generally making spelling errors. You know, this is what we do. This is who we are. All the writers, it's who we are. It isn't, there's nothing fake about it, nothing kind of manufactured. It's all done with heart and soul and guts. And, you know, we hope that comes over in the writing. And also in tremendous photography. We've got some really brilliant photos in the magazines throughout. Just really stunning stuff. And we feel as if it's a completely unique thing that nobody else has ever done before, and certainly isn't out there now. And, you know, it really is a direct plug-in back to those days of Kerrang in the early to mid-80s, where it seemed as though this was an entirely new art form, and we really, you know, we're all so excited about that. So we're revisiting all those days. Now, you know, it's only $6.99 for a copy, $5.99 if you subscribe. Think about what that actually is. That's like 2 drinks that you don't have over 2 months. That's all it is. A couple of coffees. That's all it is. We fritter our money away on things that don't matter when we should be spending it on rock and roll. That's my belief. I hope you enjoy the magazine, and I'll see you again later. Ta-da!